Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel APM Guide. As a part of our APM Inspector series, in this video we'll see the complete details and usage of recorder tab with respect to APM commands. Okay, so in this video we'll perform the below list of scenarios. Okay, in step number 1, we'll activate the app, that is the launch the app, and second one will fetch the app package details of the current app and will fetch the app activity details of the current app. Okay, in scenario 4 we'll fetch the current screen orientation and will change the screen orientation and the close the app. So this is the step number 1. Okay, so all the scenarios will perform by using the APM inspector commands tab, and we record all these steps, okay, by using the recorder tab. And in step number 2, the code which is generated by performing this activity, okay, we'll copy the code and use this code in our IDE. That is, in our case we are using the Eclipse, and with simple modification we run the code. Okay, this is the agenda of this video. Okay, let's quickly I open the APM inspector and I have selected the saved capabilities, that is sample. Okay, I have provided two capabilities here. It is the platform name as Android and automation name as UI Automator 2 here. Okay, so before starting the session, I start the APM server. So open the command prompt and type APM. Click on enter. So I am starting the APM server. Okay, my APM server is running now. So go back to APM inspector and click on the start session here. Okay? So these all scenarios I am performing on the API demos app here. Okay, and I am using the emulator. Okay, and go back to APM inspector. Okay, our session is generated now. Okay, now the first scenario we need to automate is the activate app, that is to launch the app. So go back to APM inspector, and before that one I want to record all these actions. Okay, so for that one I had to select the type swipe by coordinate options and click on the start recording. Okay, now it is color is changed here. Okay, now the recording is started here. Okay, so go back to commands. Okay, and here the first scenario I need to launch the app. So under the app management section, I need to select the command called activate app. Click on the activate app and it is asking for the app ID. That is the package name of the app I need to provide. So in our case, I need to provide the package name of the API demos app. Okay, already I have copied the app package details of the API demos and just copy this value and provide the value there. Copy and paste it in the app ID field and execute. Click on execute command. Okay, so I will just open the. So once I click on execute command, the API demos app will be opened. Okay, you can see in our emulator here, and you can see in our screenshot also. Okay, click on the execute command. So when I click on execute command, you can see the API demos app is opened here. Okay, and same we got in screenshot here. And we are recording all these actions. So we'll check under the recorder option. Let's see. You can see the code is generated. That is a driver.activate app. The package name we provided here. Okay, that is the first scenario. In second scenario, I need to fetch the app package details, and third scenario I need to provide fetch the app activity details. Okay, these two scenarios I need to cover. So go back to our APM inspector and go back to commands tab, and to fetch the package app package details I need to select the get current package command. click on the get current package. So we need not give any value here. So directly the current focus app package details, I got it here. Okay, click on OK. So as you can see the value here. Okay, in the result pop-up. Okay, click on OK. The same action is recorded under the recorder tab. Here you can see the driver.execute script mobile colon get current package. The second and third scenario, I need to get the app activity here. So I had to use the command called get current activity. So just select this one and click on this current get current activity command. So it has given the pop-up results is saying that dot API demos. This is the current activity of the API demos app, which is on the focus now. Okay, click on OK. The same action is recorded under the recorder tab here. So it says driver.execute script mobile colon get current activity. Okay, now we covered three scenarios, and the fourth one is fetch the current screen orientation. That is one. I need to get the screen orientation of my emulator here. Okay. So for that one, I had to navigate to the commands tab and I need to get the screen orientation. This option will be available under the sessions section. Okay. So when I click on the session section here, you can you can have two options here. Get orientation and set orientation, which is related to the orientation here. So the first scenario, I need to get the orientation here. So I need to select the get orientation command. Just click on the get orientation command. So it will provide the result saying it is in portrait option here. Okay, portrait option. So click on the OK. So this action also should be recorded under the recorder option. So it says driver.get orientation. Okay. Now the fifth scenario, I need to change the orientation. That is from portrait to landscape. Okay. Go back to the Appium inspector and just get it the emulator also. Now I need to change the orientation to portrait to landscape. So go back to the commands tab and select the set orientation. By using set orientation command, I can change the orientation here. So select this option, click on that one and provide the value, orientation value I need to provide. So I provide, now presently it is portrait mode, I need to change to landscape mode. So I need to provide the name as value as landscape. Okay, and just click on execute command. You can observe when I click on execute command, the both the screenshot under the APM inspector and the app under the emulator also changes its orientation. So click on execute command. You can see the orientation change. Even in pop-up also, the result came as landscape mode. Okay, so click on OK. So you can see my app is changed from portrait to landscape. And in fifth option, okay, I need to close the app here. Okay, before that one, I need to bring back my orientation, screen orientation from landscape to portrait mode here. Okay, so open the APM inspector and the emulator, and once again, I am changing the orientation. To change the orientation, I need to select the set orientation command. Click on set orientation command and provide the value. That is the portrait. So I had to provide the value as portrait here and click on execute command. See now, once again, the screenshot and the app under the emulator also changes from landscape to portrait here. Just click on refresh here. So now my app is in portrait mode. Okay. The last scenario is to close the app. Okay. For closing the app, I need to select the command called terminate app. Okay, so I have to go back to the app management section and I click on the terminate app. So when I click on terminate app, I need to provide the app ID. That is the package name I need to provide here. Okay, so the package name of the API demos. Okay, and click on execute. Once I click on execute, you can observe that the API demos app will close both in the emulator and the screenshot. And the result says true because the app is closed now. Click on OK. So all these actions I have performed, right, as recorded under the recorder tab here. Okay. And now I'll copy this code and paste it in our IDE. So I am using the Eclipse, and by doing small modification, I run the test also. So for that one, I need to copy the in the clipboard here. So before that one, I'll go to the Eclipse and I will create a class under the Appium Inspector package and say new class and name the class as Appium Commands. Appium Commands using recorder tab here. Okay, recorder tab. Click on finish. So save the time, I have already created sample Java class with the setup and tear down methods. So quickly I copy this code and paste it in our class and provide the necessary changes here. Okay, so remove the package name and change the class name here so that we can save the time instead of creating once again the setup and tear down activities here. Here I have to provide, yeah, class name. That is the API Appium commands, okay, using recorder tab. Okay, now just a minute, I will change the name once again. Okay, now our class is ready with the setup and tear down methods here. Okay, in setup, I have provided the capabilities, that is a platform name Android, automation name as UI Automator 2, and the device name as Pixels 7 Pro 11. That is the name of my emulator here. Okay, the code which has been generated in the recorder section, we copy it and we'll paste it here. Okay, so open the APM inspector and under the APM inspector and recorder tab, we have the options, okay, called copy code to clipboard. Just click on that one. So the code is copied, okay, and just place the copied code in our Eclipse here, okay. And I have generated the code in the Java JUnit 5, okay. You can see in the drop down the code which is generated, recorded code is in the language, that is the Java JUnit 5 here. Okay. So if you want to change to Python, you can change it here. Okay. Just select from the drop down and change the language here. Okay. So currently in this video, we are just checking on the Java JUnit 5. Okay. Let's copy the code and paste this code in our Eclipse here under the test method here. Okay. And copy paste here. So now we need to provide the small changes here. Okay. And the app package name under the where we need to change the where to the string here. The return type is string. Okay, it says no, it is object. Okay, so the return type is object here. Just select object and same in the case of activity, also app activity. Okay, just copy here and just change the where to the object here. Okay, and the return type of get orientation is the orientation here. Okay, so change the orientation. Just a minute. Yeah, screen orientation. Okay, written type is the screen orientation. And driver.rotate here, I need to provide the small change here. So I had to use the screen orientation enum. Screen orientation enum. I had to use screen orientation dot landscape. Okay. And now I need to change to the portrait. The same thing I need to do here, rotate. So I'm using the method called rotate here and I had to change to this one. So this small change we need to provide is enum and the value is the portrait. That's it. So these changes I need to provide. So this code, these 6 lines of code we have generated in the APM inspector under the recorder tab. And we have performed all these actions under the commands tab. Okay. So all the actions, all the commands we have performed under the commands tab. Okay. Under the commands tab, all are recorded actions in the recorder tab. Okay. The same code I have copied in our Eclipse and then the perform the small changes here. Okay. Now what I will do, I provide the TED.sleep so that we can pause the script for few seconds and we can discuss the code here. So I just give 2 seconds. That's it. Otherwise, I just give 3 seconds here. So we are pausing the execution for each line for 3 seconds here. So that we can discuss the code. Okay. And now I want to fill the package name here. So just give the sysout and provide the package name here. Okay. That's it. Package name. That is the app package name. The value will be package name. Just provide this variable here. So we're printing the package name. The same in the case of activity here. Okay, activity I need to provide this variable. We're going to print the package name and activity name. Even for the orientation. And it is object, I had to use the toString method here. Okay, and orientation, I want to print the orientation also. Say sysout and orientation. Let's say present orientation. So changing the orientation also, I want to print it so that you can see the orientation. Same for portrait. Okay, that's it. The small changes we did and we print the values also. Okay, now as per our scenarios, that is the activate app. Okay, and fetch the app package, app activity, get the screen orientation and change the screen orientation and close the app here. Okay, so I run this code now. Okay, just right click and say run. Run has. So it has to activate the app. That is, it has to open the API demos app. Okay, and get the package name. So it is the package name and the activity name. Okay, I need to change here. Okay, activity name and the see current orientation, present orientation is portrait. Okay, and I need to change here. Okay, just a minute. So I need to change the activity here. Activity and orientation, right? I need to get this one once again. Yeah. what I will do, I just create this variable and the class here and remove this one. This is small changes we need to change. But base code is generated on our recorder tab here. Okay. Now once again I'll run the code. I'll run this code. Okay. Open the API demos app, fetch the app package details and app activity details and get orientation. And I want to fit the orientation. It is portrait and change orientation to the landscape and get the orientation. And once again change to the portrait and I need to close the app here. So you can see the app is closed now. Okay, this is how we can able to use this APM inspector and we can run the commands. Okay, what are the commands you want to run the commands? We can run it under the commands section and we can record all the actions under the recorder tab. Okay, this is how and we get the code in whatever language we want, that is under the drop down. Okay, so here in this case I am using the Java JUnit file and I copied this code and I am reusing this code, okay, in my test here with simple modifications here. Okay, so if you like this video, please click on like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.